eternity. It's from eternity to eternity, our Lord Jesus Christ. And that's what we celebrate. He said, before Abraham was, I am. He said, I am who I am. He said to the Israelites, to the people of Israel. So when he said, before Abraham was, I am, he is echoing the name of God. He is claiming equally with God. Once again, his listeners understand this and consider such a statement is a blasphemous. And he has said, in also John 15:24, he said, whoever has seen me has seen the Father. Can you imagine that? And that's why those people who hear that, he's a blasphemer. And he said, those who see me, you see the Father. And this is the fruit in the Bible, that the Lord Jesus Christ is the incarnation. And he also, while on earth, yes, did things only God could do. Jesus did things only God could do. How many people he fed? How many people in the Bible?
5,000.
5,000 people. How many loaves of bread?
5.
And how many fish?
2.
2. Yes. And also he turned water into wine. In John chapter 2, verse 1 to 11. Only God can do. In the midst of a storm, he commanded the wind and the waves to be still. And they obeyed. You remember that? When the disciples were on the boat, there was a big storm. They were all scared. Jesus said, they stopped everything. And it calmed. That's the incarnation. Only God, the Lord Jesus Christ, can do it. He raised the kind of life. And even he forgave sin. He forgave sin. Those things that we could say, the incarnation of the Lord Jesus Christ, his incarnation is really God. Also in the New Testament, writer tells us that Jesus is God. In the Old Testament, in the book of Hebrews. In the New Testament, I mean, Hebrews chapter 1, verse 3. We can see this in Hebrews 1 to 3. He said, the Son is the radiance of the glory of God and the exact imprint of his nature. And he upholds the universe by the word of his power. You see, the second phrase is the easiest to understand. He has said, the exact imprint of God's nature. When I was in high school, every time we had visitor in our house, some people will say, oh, Dino, you all look like your dad. How many of you are look like your dad or you are look like your mom? Like physical appearance. How many of you? You have a big similarity with your mom or your dad. It's good. Because you are sure you are good. You are very similar, right? In here, you see this passage? He is the exact imprint of God's nature. He is exactly like God. Since God is perfectly loving, Jesus is perfectly loving. Since God is perfectly just, Jesus is perfectly just. Since God is perfectly holy, Jesus is perfectly holy. So use a praise and help to understand the radiance of the glory of God. Jesus is the glory of God shining forth, display God's attribute in ways. And the last phrase in this Hebrews chapter 1 verse 3, he upholds the universe by the words of his power. Can you imagine that? It means truly he was there during the time of creation. That he said, he upholds the universe by the word of his power. And the second passage, not only in Hebrews chapter 1 verse 3, about the incarnation is John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. You will notice the word Word is in capital letter. It means God. The Word, the Logos. And also in John chapter 1, verse 3, all things were made through Him. Said all things were made through Him. And without Him was not anything made that was made. So the Bible is very clear to us to understand what is incarnation is all about. Jesus was the active agent of God in creation. Apart from Him, nothing has come into existence. Also John 1:14, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And we have seen His glory, glory as of the only Son from the Father, said, full of grace and truth. So it means Jesus is man, but Jesus is also God. His glory is the glory of God. He like God and is full of grace and truth. Another passage about the incarnation. Look, John chapter 1, verse 18. He said here, no one has ever seen God. The only God who is at the Father's side, He has made it known. Look at this verse carefully. When John says, the only God who is at the Father's side, who is talking about Jesus. It has to be Jesus. So he says, no one has ever seen God the Father, but Jesus, who is God also. So we believe Jesus is man, and Jesus is also fully God. That is what is incarnation is all about. Let's go to Roman number 2. Why the incarnation? Why did God become man? We will focus on this passage. Hebrews 2:14 to 17. It says here, since therefore the children share in flesh and blood, He Himself likewise partook at the same things, that through the death He might destroy that one who has the power of death, that is, the devil. Verse 15, and deliver all those who through fear of death were subject to lifelong slavery. So, for surely it is not God, not angels. And He helps the offspring of Abraham. In verse 7, it said, therefore, He had to be made like His brothers in every respect, so that He might become a merciful and faithful high priest in the service of God, to make propitiation for the sins of the people. Three things in this, 3 points. Jesus is our representative, Jesus is our high priest, and also our propitiation. Several passages, including Genesis 3, in Romans chapter 5, tell us that first man, Adam, is the representative of all mankind. When he sinned and became guilty in him. That's why Romans 5:18 says, our trespass led to condemnation for all men. Because of Adam and Eve's sin in the Garden of Eden, all of us were condemned. All of us were totally separated from God. But thank God of the incarnation. We thank God we celebrate Christmas because of our Lord Jesus Christ. Jesus became the representative for all those who will save through the incarnation. Everyone who is in Christ is united with Him, their brother, their fellow human. When God accepts Christ, He accepts all humanity that is in Christ. He accepts all humanity represented by Christ. That is what Hebrews 2:14 says. He Himself partook of flesh and blood. Why? Because through His death, He might destroy the one who has the power of death. That is the devil. Because of Christ's birth, because He died for us, devil or Satan has no power to us anymore. Because the moment we accepted the Lord Christ in our heart, we have the power to become the child of God. Amen. We become the child of God. Because apart from the incarnation, Satan could always say, you are sinful. God said Adam would die. He ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And you were in Adam. And you add to that sin of Adam every day. You deserve hell. You deserve death. That's what Satan is always whispering us. But thank God, because of the incarnation, Jesus is our representative. Amen?
Amen.
He's our representative. But through His incarnation and death, Jesus took away the power of death. Look at verse 17. So that He might become a merciful and faithful high priest in the service of God to make propitiation for the sins of the people. And also you notice here, Jesus also as man, and God becomes our high priest. Become the mediator between God and man. He intercedes on our behalf before God. He pleads our case before God's justice, making sure that all justice is satisfied. Jesus is our representative, our high priest. And that's why when we pray, we always end our prayer in Jesus' name. He was our representative. And we thank God. And also Jesus is our propitiation. In verse 17, said to make propitiation. And what does it mean? Propitiation means it's not a word that we use often, but it is a central importance for understanding the gospel. It means the turning away of God's wrath through a sacrifice. He is the payment. He did it for us. We sin.